for those remarks and for your commitment to the Jewish community here in Canada and right around the world. And I have had the privilege as your cabinet minister to sit in on meetings where you have stood so firmly for Jewish Canadians, but also for Israel in international meetings. And for that, I really do thank you. And I really do recognize the incredible leadership that you have and your commitment to fighting anti-Semitism. I also want to reflect on something that you said that I think is one of the reasons why we're here today. You said that people and Jews across Canada are feeling scared to publicly and proudly live Jewish lives. And that, for me, is one of the reasons why this summit is so important. And it's one of the reasons why I'm so grateful that we are here today. And so I want to recognize your leadership in bringing us together. I want to thank my colleague, Minister CIJA, Senator Gould, and the Anti-Racism Secretariat, as well as Special Envoy Kotler, for putting this together, because no one in Canada should ever feel scared to proudly live their lives publicly. And unfortunately, that's what we're feeling today. As a proud member of the Jewish caucus, and I see so many of my colleagues here online who have been such incredible representatives of the diversity of Judaism across this country, along with Minister Jim Carr from Winnipeg, we know that Jewish Canadians are feeling stressed and scared right now. We hear it from our friends and family. We feel it ourselves. And as I was reflecting on what I wanted to say today, I was thinking about a conversation, one of the last conversations I had with my grandmother before she passed away. And she told me that before her and my grandfather decided to immigrate to Canada, they had decided that they no longer wanted to be Jewish because they were Holocaust survivors and they had lost everything. They had lost family, they had lost their homes, they had lost so much. And in Europe, they didn't feel comfortable, they didn't feel safe being Jewish. But actually, what happened when they arrived in Canada is they felt welcomed and they felt that they had the ability to live their lives as Jews proudly and publicly. And so until she was 96 years old, she had kept this secret. And yet, this is why we're here today, because we don't want anyone to ever feel like they can't live their life proudly and publicly as a Jew in Canada. And it's why having this conversation on anti-Semitism and combating it is so vitally important. And as I was reflecting on the honor that I have to introduce our special envoy, I was thinking about something that Erwin often says. And he often says that anti-Semitism is the canary in the coal mine when it comes to racism and hatred. And we've seen it in spades, unfortunately, over the past couple of months, where swastikas and anti-Semitic symbols and actions have led and been displayed in acts of hate towards so many different people. And that's why it's important for us to be having this conversation. It's why it's important for it not just to be up to the Jewish community to have this conversation. And that's why I'm also so pleased to see members of parliament, ministers from all walks of life here today, because this is something that we need to do as a government and as a country and as a society. And we are fortunate to have a vibrant, diverse Jewish community in this country that is represented across the country, that is every single industry, and where, who need and should and must feel safe to publicly express their Judaism in Canada. And so I'm hopeful that today's conversation will highlight the pervasiveness, the perniciousness, but also the path forward and how we can work together to combat and end anti-Semitism here at home and right around the world.